Ewan, thanks for joining us. Your organisation, your society, recognises that better transport's got a major part to play in carbon reduction. What did you mean by that?
Well, what we find is that within our society we have key individuals within local authorities who take an overview in terms of the policies and the strategies associated with everything to do with transport, whether that be in terms of local development planning, so we find the correct locations to put development and work through that aspect, right through to how we deal with the cycling and walking agenda and putting the correct infrastructure on the ground and behaviour change projects that we develop as well. And really the third bit is really that increasingly we are involved in specifying the type of vehicles we want to put out there on the network, whether it be gritters, whether it be individual vans, or whether it be refuse vehicles. And a number of our chief officers are involved in that. All of those have a part to play in terms of the amount of energy they use and also in terms of, therefore, the carbon reduction agenda.
We've heard a lot today about a lot of things, but one of the major things that's coming up is behavioural change. That's a massive part, isn't it?
Absolutely, and as a society it's something that since we were formed in 1996 that we have had at the heart of our agenda, because we want to learn from things that have worked well. How have we managed to reduce the impact of transport on congested urban networks, but also how we manage to ensure that out in our rural areas that the good connectivity is there. And that's all about talking to the individual communities and the people and making the benefits real to them and saying, look, if you do change to this, this is how it will work for you. You know, it's not all gloom and doom. We don't want to scare you. So therefore it's all about just that drip, slow change. And we've seen plenty of examples of how we've done that over the years.
You've also got an input within government engaging with politicians. What is that input?
Well, we work very closely with the Convention of Scottish Local Authorities. So they are a representative body of all 32 local authorities. Key politicians who chair committees in those authorities dealing with transport and environmental issues sit on that committee. They consider issues on a pan-Scotland basis, and we are there to give them advice, particularly around the design of interventions, the manner in which we would actually deliver them on the ground, the amount of money that's involved, and how we maintain things going forward. So we work very closely with them, but we're also, I think, a valued partner of Transport Scotland. We work well with Scottish Government, and at a senior level we will sit in the committee rooms at Holyrood just down the road with transport ministers over a number of years.
And you touched on it before, and I suppose we ought to mention it again. Good transport, that can all lead to social and economic benefits for everybody that uses it.
Yes, because so many of our members are hard-nosed engineers. They like their numbers. They like to look at the business cases for something. They're very conscious about looking at what the economic benefits are. It means that we do take a very pragmatic approach. So if something seems like a good idea, we will go away and look at that. And that can be whether it's health and health-related transport issues, whether it's the relationship between, say, active travel and the health agenda. That's something that's coming through very strongly now, and particularly in terms of the low carbon element, actually saying, well, in reality, the long-term costs associated with an electric vehicle may actually be the best way to go. So therefore, there's an economic benefit to us as a council, and therefore there's an economic benefit to the wider community.
So how important is it finally then to engage with that local community to make sure that everything fits for everybody?
Absolutely crucial, because we all can think of instances where we've tried to impose a solution on a community, whether it be a village, whether it be part of a city, and it hasn't worked. We have to be really engaged with them through community planning partnerships, which all local authorities are formally part of. We're able to get into those community councils. Go and do your homework first. Go and find out what the real issues are and design some interventions that meet their needs.
Thank you very much for your time.